In this video, I will be talking about the state of the church, not only in my own country, but in the whole world and how it directly impacts unbelievers. Now, I won't be talking biasly based on my own feelings, but what God requires from His followers, because I am in a spiritual warfare just like anyone else. We are in heaviness through many temptations. There are times where even I slip up, but I manage to rise again because of the faith that is in me. And I acknowledge that believers are being faced with the same spiritual battles. These battles are envy, lust, pride, hatred, and many of us know what the Bible requires, but because of the social groups we involve with at work or at school or anywhere else, because these groups look down upon the word of God or they are not of a spiritual mindset, we feel the need to not be set apart, to not stand out from the crowd. We want to be a friend of the world, to be accepted in this fallen society. This decaying mindset of wanting to be seen by men and be popular. This spirit of pride is mostly affecting young people in the church. A lot of us fall away because we want to be accepted by men. We want to appear popular and to blend in with society, to appear cool in front of the women. And the women, because of in their mind, society looks down on a woman who dresses to conceal her body. She thinks she needs to dress in a way where the whole world can see her body, attracting negative energy to herself. Then when the fruit of her attraction ripens and picked by the wrong person, she learns her lesson through a divorce. When it's too late, when the devil has already hardened her heart to love and make sacrifices. And it's like a domino effect. Each new generation comes with the same thing over and over again, being dragged into the vain customs of the world. Everyone wants to be seen. When we do any good, we don't do it because it's what God requires, but because we want to be seen and accepted by people whose emotions are so random and short-lived. When we work so hard to please people and not God, when they disappoint us, it gives birth to even more hatred. Take a look at what's going on in our country, what's going on in the world. It's crawling with all kinds of evil and unclean spirits, which even has invaded most churches. People no longer wanting to hear anything of correction or sound doctrine, but simply goes to church for a quick blessing, whether to get rich on earth or to be a famous person or to have long life. And the leaders of these gatherings, playing on what people want to hear, what their flesh desires, keeping their sermons in a way which includes talking about blessings of vanity, as if God is some big piggy bank who loans out money to everyone who follow their weekly routine of going to church every Sunday. And after they leave, they forget God and fall right back into the world. It is our job as followers to manifest God's glory into the world, but all we want to manifest is money and fame. How to live a good and happy life on earth. We would jump up and give praise on Sunday, but the Monday turn a blind eye to the homeless people we see on the streets, not knowing that at a moment's notice we could end up like them. We only treat people good when it's convenient for us. Where is the sacrifice from the church? What happens to suffering with Christ so that we can be glorified with Him? Loving our neighbor as ourselves. This self-love spirit is killing us, because if a homeless youth on the street asks us for some money, we tell him to leave. And because of this lack of love in society, he leaves and go and pick up a gun and returns the hatred to us. When we receive the same hatred that we are putting out, then we look to the leaders of the country to fight a spiritual battle, to fight our battle, the church's warfare, a spiritual warfare that does not include any war with guns or flesh, but it's of the spirit. If people who are outside of the church, people who are unbelievers of Christ, can look in and see the amount of corruption, gossip, hate, envy, partiality being reflected, how do we expect to touch the lives of others? Jesus was a servant his whole life, and it's expected of us to live as he lived. Followers are doing what they think is right in their own eyes, what's convenient for them. I could go on for hours, but let us take a look at the book of Matthew starting at chapter 5. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For to say may they persecuted the prophets which were before you. You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt has lost its savour, what is it going to salt? It is therefore good for nothing but to be cast out, and to be trodden under foot of men. You are the light of the world. A city that is set on an hill cannot be hidden. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it gives light unto the whole house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works, and glorify your Father which is in heaven. As the salt of the earth, we're losing our saltness, and because of self-righteousness, we're hiding our light. And if we hide our light, we're welcoming darkness. Thank you for watching, and please share the video.